Your thoughts might not be your own. Every belief you hold on to, every decision you think you've made independently, may have been shaped for you long before you were even aware of it. From the moment you took your first breath, you entered a game where your mind became a battleground, shaped and manipulated by forces so powerful they've spent generations perfecting their methods. This isn't just influence, it's control, meticulously designed and expertly executed. Your subconscious mind isn't merely susceptible to suggestion. It's programmed, controlled, and owned. What if I told you that the reality you live in, the dreams you chase, and the fears you avoid are nothing more than carefully crafted illusions? Not by you, but by powerful systems, governments, corporations, and media that operate behind the scenes, embedding ideas, desires, and limitations into your mind without your knowledge. None of this is your fault. From the moment you were a child, your identity, beliefs, and even your fears began to take shape, scripted, not by chance, but by deliberate design. Every fairy tale you heard, every cartoon you watched, every lullaby that soothed you to sleep wasn't just entertainment. They were programs, subtly written to mold your worldview. You were taught to fear the unknown, to obey authority, to stay within the lines. These weren't just lessons. They were chains, carefully wrapped around your subconscious mind layer by layer. They weren't innocent phrases or harmless stories. They were echoes of a larger system, one designed to keep you compliant, docile, and in control. The programming runs deeper than you think. Even as a child, the system was already 2 steps ahead. Why do you think advertisements target children with sugary cereals and colorful toys? It's not because children have purchasing power. It's because their minds are the most malleable. If they hook you young, you'll crave their products and ideals for life. And it doesn't stop there. Think about how often you were told to be realistic, stay small, don't aim too high, don't talk back, obey authority, even when it feels wrong, or follow the rules, conform, even at the cost of creativity. These weren't just family sayings. They were building blocks of a system that thrives on obedience and conformity, conditioning you to accept a reality you didn't choose. By age 7, your reality was already set. Research shows that by the time you turn 7, the core beliefs that define your sense of self, your views on money, success, and self-worth are already firmly ingrained. 7 years old. At that age, you hadn't even begun to question the world around you. Yet the foundation of your reality was already being laid. Think about it. The limitations you consider immovable, the fears you think are natural, and even the aspirations you pursue might have been decided long before you ever had a say in them. Why do fairy tales emphasize fear and submission? Witches lurking in forests, danger beyond the safety of the village, rewards for obedience. They weren't just bedtime stories. They were blueprints. Blueprints designed to keep you compliant, cautious, and afraid of stepping outside the lines. The chains of childhood conditioning don't just vanish. Your subconscious mind clings to those early lessons as if they're absolute truths. That's why, as an adult, you might hesitate to take risks, doubt your own worth, or chase goals that feel more like obligations than genuine desires. It's why you might feel stuck in a life that feels scripted, a role you didn't even audition for. But let's be clear. This isn't your fault. It never was. Your subconscious doesn't question or analyze. It absorbs and obeys. From the moment you were born, it was flooded with rules, fears, and limitations, all designed to keep you in line. And the ones shaping these rules, governments, corporations, and media, understood this perfectly. They knew that if they could shape your mind when you were young, they wouldn't need to control your actions later. You do it for them. The manipulation doesn't stop in childhood. What you experienced as a child was just the beginning. The foundation was laid early, but the construction continues every day, brick by brick, in ways so subtle you rarely notice. Consider this. You're scrolling through your phone after a long day at work. A headline flashes, breaking, economic crisis looms. You feel a pang of anxiety, and almost immediately, an ad pops up urging you to invest in gold to secure your future. In mere seconds, your emotions have been hijacked. Fear puts your brain into survival mode, making you more susceptible to suggestions. They create the fear and then conveniently sell you the solution. This isn't random. It's a meticulously engineered system of manipulation, repeated thousands of times a day, designed to control your attention and, ultimately, your identity. The control is in the details. It's not just the big decisions, where you work, what you vote for, or who you trust, that are influenced. It's in the micro moments. The notifications you check, the headlines you skim, the ads you glance at for a fraction of a second. Each of these tiny fragments accumulates over time, shaping your subconscious piece by piece. It's like drops of water carving into stone. Slow, steady, and relentless. Over time, you begin to live someone else's vision of reality. But here's the chilling part. This isn't influence, it's domination. Every ad, every click, every sliver of your attention they steal rewrites the blueprint of who you are. You didn't choose this, but that's the point. They don't want you to realize you even have a choice. The system thrives on your attention. Your attention is the most valuable resource in this world, and they've built an entire system to harvest it. Think about streaming platforms and social media. Do you think autoplay exists to make your life easier? It's designed to make you passive, to turn you into a consumer on autopilot. Studies show that the average person spends nearly 5 hours a day consuming media, most of it mindlessly. That's over 75 days a year glued to a screen. It's not just about entertaining you. It's about training you to never look away. Every scroll, every swipe, every notification reinforces your dependence on their systems, ensuring you stay plugged in, controlled, and distracted. They're not just selling products, they're selling identities. When you engage with their content, you're not just buying a product or service. You're buying a version of yourself, a cooler, smarter, more successful version. But here's the catch. That idealized self they sell is always just out of reach. It's close enough to keep you chasing, but far enough that you'll never quite catch it. This cycle keeps you spending, striving, and conforming. It's why social media algorithms seem to know what you're thinking about before you do. They're not just predicting your desires. They're creating them, subtly planting ideas in your mind so you believe they're your own. This isn't about choice. It's about manipulation so seamless you don't even realize it's happening. Even education isn't safe. From a young age, you were taught to memorize facts, follow instructions, and obey authority. But were you ever encouraged to question the systems around you? To challenge narratives or develop independent thought? Of course not. The education system wasn't designed to empower you. It was built to produce obedient workers who clock in, clock out, and never ask why. The grading system doesn't reward creativity or critical thinking. It rewards conformity. It prepares you to follow rules, not to break them, and to settle for a version of success that benefits the system more than it benefits you. Even the language used in school reinforces compliance. Don't talk back. Stay in your seat. These are not just classroom rules. They're life lessons that teach you to accept your place in a hierarchy designed to keep you in line. The circus of distraction. This control extends beyond the classroom and into every corner of your daily life. When the masses start to feel restless, what does the system do? It distracts them. This isn't new. It's a tactic as old as civilization itself. Roman emperors staged grand spectacles in the Colosseum, from chariot races to gladiator fights, to keep their people entertained and distracted. Today's versions are just as effective. Football games, reality TV, celebrity gossip, and endless streaming content. Why do you think athletes are paid hundreds of millions of dollars? It's not because their work inherently holds that value. It's because the spectacle must be grand enough to hold your attention. As long as you're busy cheering for your team or binge watching the latest series, you won't notice the strings being pulled. The system thrives on your distraction because when you're focused on the circus, you're not focused on the truth. The invisible prison. The most effective form of control is the one you can't see. It's not a physical cage with bars and locks. It's a mental prison built from beliefs, habits, and routines so ingrained they feel like reality. Think about the scarcity mindset you've been fed your entire life. There's not enough money, not enough time, not enough resources. But who benefits from you believing that? Spoiler, it's not you. The lie of scarcity keeps you focused on survival, not growth. It makes you less likely to take risks, to challenge the status quo, or to pursue the life you truly want. This mental prison isn't just about keeping you in line. It's about keeping you small. But here's the truth. The bars of this cage aren't made of steel. They're made of thoughts, and once you see them for what they are, you can start breaking free. The illusion of hard work. We've been sold a story. If you work hard, keep your head down, and sacrifice now, you'll be rewarded later. But look around. The hardest working people, nurses, teachers, construction workers, barely scrape by, while those at the top enjoy immense wealth without breaking a sweat. If hard work were truly the key to success, wouldn't these individuals be the wealthiest among us? The truth is, the system pushes the narrative of hard work because it keeps you running on a treadmill, convinced that if you just push a little harder, you'll make it. But you're not climbing a ladder, you're running in circles. The system wasn't built to elevate you. It was designed to keep you busy, exhausted, and compliant. The real wealth is time. Time is the most valuable resource you have, yet the system encourages you to trade it away for a paycheck. Every dollar you spend can be earned back, but every hour you lose is gone forever. How many people sacrifice 40+ hours a week doing jobs they hate just to buy things they don't need, to impress people they don't even like? The truth is, true wealth isn't in your bank account. It's in your ability to wake up and decide how you want to spend your day. It's in the freedom to prioritize your health, nurture your relationships, and pursue what sets your soul on fire. But the system doesn't want you to see this. It wants you focused on survival, paying bills, buying products, and staying too busy to question the bigger picture. Debt, the invisible leash. From the moment you step into adulthood, the system offers you debt disguised as opportunity. At 18, you're handed tens of thousands of dollars in student loans, yet no one teaches you how compound interest works or how debt will shape your life. Then comes the mortgage, literally a death pledge, tying you to decades of payments, a single location, and a single paycheck. Credit cards promise convenience, but behind every swipe lurk interest rates designed to trap you. Debt isn't just a financial burden, it's a tool of control. When you owe someone, they own a piece of your mind, your energy, and your freedom. Debt keeps you small, focused on survival instead of growth. It makes you less likely to take risks, follow your passions, or imagine a life outside the system. But here's the truth they don't want you to know. Freedom starts when you stop playing their game. Simplify, not out of lack, but out of abundance. Abundance of clarity, freedom, and peace of mind. The illusion of retirement. One of the greatest lies perpetuated by the system is the promise of a comfortable retirement. You're told to sacrifice your best years, your energy, health, and time. To work 40 hours a week for 40 years, investing in a system that promises eventual freedom. But who really benefits from this model? Corporations, governments, and financial institutions. They profit while you exhaust yourself chasing a future that might never come. Retirement, as it's sold to you, is a mirage. Pensions can be cut, savings can be eroded by inflation, and entire economies can collapse overnight. And even if you make it to retirement, what then? Decades of stress and overwork might leave you too worn out to enjoy the freedom you've been promised. Your knees hurt, your energy is gone, and your doctor has a long list of restrictions. The truth is, the system isn't designed to reward you. It's designed to extract from you, all while dangling the illusion of someday just out of reach. The trap of consumerism. The system wants you to believe that happiness lies in material possessions, so you spend your hard-earned money on things you don't need. The endless cycle of working, earning, and spending keeps you locked in a loop of consumption. Every ad, every marketing campaign, and every new product launch is designed to convince you that you're not enough as you are, that you need to buy something to fill the void. But no purchase will ever truly satisfy, because the system is designed to keep the goalpost moving. Today, it's a new phone. Tomorrow, it's a bigger house, a nicer car, or the latest gadget. This endless chase keeps you busy, distracted, and financially tethered to a system that thrives on your dissatisfaction. Redefining success. The greatest rebellion is to redefine what success means for you. The system has conditioned you to measure success in dollars, titles, and possessions, but true success is something much deeper. It's waking up with the freedom to choose how you spend your day. It's living in alignment with your highest self, free from fear, scarcity, and societal expectations. It's nurturing your relationships, prioritizing your health, and pursuing your passions. Not because they'll make you rich, but because they make you feel alive. The system doesn't want you to see this because a fulfilled, self-aware person is impossible to control. But once you redefine success on your own terms, you begin to dismantle the very foundation of their control. True freedom isn't about how much you have. It's about who you become when you let go of their script and start writing your own. The myth of the grind. The system glorifies the grind. The idea that endless hustle and sacrifice will eventually lead to success. You're told to work harder, grind now, shine later, and push through. But who benefits from this narrative? Not you. The harder you work within their framework, the more the system profits. Meanwhile, the ones truly thriving aren't grinding, they're leveraging. They're using systems, capital, and other people's labor to create wealth, while you exhaust yourself chasing a dream that was never meant to be yours. The grind isn't a badge of honor, it's a trap, a treadmill designed to keep you too busy, too tired, and too distracted to notice there's another way to live. The power of presence. While the system keeps you focused on chasing the future, more money, better possessions, higher status, it robs you of the present. True wealth lies in presence. The ability to fully experience the here and now without the constant pull of fear or distraction. The moments you spend with loved ones, the quiet joys of nature, the satisfaction of doing work that aligns with your purpose. These are the things the system doesn't want you to prioritize, because they can't be commodified. Presence is freedom. When you reclaim your attention from the endless scroll, the notifications, and the advertisements, you begin to experience life as it's meant to be lived, on your terms, not theirs. The illusion of scarcity. One of the most powerful tools of control is the illusion of scarcity. You're told there's not enough money, time, resources, and that you must compete to secure your share. This belief keeps you in a state of fear and lack, always striving, never satisfied. But here's the truth. Scarcity is manufactured. The planet provides an abundance of resources, but systems of power hoard them, creating artificial shortages to maintain control. This illusion keeps you focused on survival, unable to imagine a world of collaboration and abundance. When you break free from the scarcity mindset, you begin to see opportunities everywhere. You realize that true abundance isn't just about material wealth. It's about creativity, connection, and the infinite potential within you. Once you see through the lie of scarcity, the system loses one of its strongest tools for keeping you in line: breaking the spell of language. Even the words you use every day are part of the system's control. Phrases like "I have to," "I can't," or "it's just the way it is" reinforce powerlessness and conformity. Language is more than communication. It's creation. Every word you speak shapes your perception of reality and reinforces mental pathways in your subconscious. The system relies on this, teaching you to use words that limit rather than empower. But just as language can trap you, it can also set you free. When you shift from "I have to" "I choose to," or from "I can't" to "how can I," you begin to rewrite the mental scripts that bind you. Words are powerful tools, and using them with intention can help you reclaim your reality. The path to freedom is awareness. The system thrives in the shadows, manipulating you without your knowledge. But once you become aware of its methods, the game changes. Awareness is your most powerful weapon. It allows you to see the strings pulling your thoughts, emotions, and decisions. It helps you recognize the conditioning, question the narratives, and step outside the roles you've been assigned. Freedom begins with asking yourself, whose life am I living? Whose goals am I chasing? Whose fears am I avoiding? The moment you start asking these questions, you begin to dismantle the invisible cage around you, reclaiming your reality. The greatest lie the system ever told you is that you are powerless. But the truth is, you are the creator of your reality. The beliefs, habits, and systems that hold you back can all be rewritten. It begins with a choice to step away from their programming and reconnect with your authentic self, to unplug from distractions, to stop chasing illusions, and to start building a life aligned with your deepest values. It won't be easy. The system doesn't want you to wake up. But every step you take toward reclaiming your mind, your energy, and your attention weakens its grip. True freedom isn't something you're given. It's something you take. The moment you decide to reclaim your power is the moment you begin to create a life that's truly your own.